Hey, good morning to you. Welcome back into the Voice of Reason, hour number 2. The Voice of Reason right here on the Big Talker, 1480 on the AM side, 102.5 the FM side, KQAM. 6 minutes past the hour. Happy Friday. The light is at the end of the tunnel. You finally made it, and whether it's the end of the tunnel or whether it's just a really big train headed your way, either way, it's a Friday, and hopefully you can enjoy it. 33 minutes past, 33 degrees. Here in Wichita, Kansas. Be careful. Is it still drizzling outside?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I know the freezing rain's coming, the little flurries, the slushy. I guess wintertime's here. We need Al Gore to save us from this. We really need Al Gore. He's going to be the savior for
He
us.
opens his mouth, it's hot air.
He opens the mouth, the hot air comes out, he has released the CO2, carbon dioxide, and there you go. You know, we'll be able to warm it up. Because remember, global warming will lead to the next ice age.
Hey.
However that works out.
Hand in glove, it just works that way.
It just works that way. There we go. Welcome back into the Voice of Reason. 721-8255-721. Talk on your free-for-all Friday. Whatever's on your mind, whatever you're thinking. I am your political therapist. We can work through it together. It's
Political
okay.
therapist.
That's right.
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
See, a political therapist, so that people can vent about their frustrations in the political world, and I'm here as your sounding board. It's okay.
You know,
Frustration,
awesome.
what would we have? I don't understand.
I know. What are we supposed to do?
What do we do? Robin Lacey studio with the plethora of individuals. Really excited. Robin, how you been?
I'm good. Hey, we're going to Gatlinburg.
You're going to Gatlinburg now.
Today.
Yesterday was the last day, and we've been talking about the fundraiser, the donations, everything. You guys had some pretty good turnout.
We did. We have so much stuff. I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to rent an SUV yesterday, but apparently it's a hot ticket item these days. So yeah, and then I didn't also know that. They're either burned down or there's just, not very many places to stay there. So I'm going to figure that out when I get there. But yeah, we're going to pick everything up this morning and head that way.
Well, I know someone that can get you a teepee.
Are they just back?
You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
There we go.
For how many Fridays have we been having these little, conversations going,
This is number 3 or 4, I believe?
3 or 4. Yeah, I'm having so much fun.
Oh, it's a great time.
I just love it. I just love this. Yeah.
There we go.
So did he bring one back? He's supposed to be in town today.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Good thing I'm leaving.
But hey, there you go. See? There you go.
Love it how that works.
But good. So going to Gatlinburg, dropping off all the donations. I had some wonderful gifts. Did you get? I know that yesterday that there was towards the end of the day, I saw the email about a big push for women's coats. You did get some.
We got them, yes.
Good.
I mean, people made a second trip back to Love and Company Candles over there at 824 West 13th. Thank you, guys. And that's, the Love family, Shirley Love's son, Adrian Love.
Sure.
Hi, Bub. Thank you. So they've been taking stuff in for the last couple weeks, and it's phenomenal.
Very good.
I have no idea I'm going to get it all in this SUV, but I'm going to pack it in there.
You're going to find a way.
Yeah, we are. And then, we had some of the veterans on with Midwest Battle Buddies a couple of weeks ago, and there's a big luncheon today at noon downtown at a big Methodist church, by the way, and we're going to be attending that. And I think there's over 30 local, statewide veteran organizations. And just so that I can get this off my chest, because if I don't, I'll probably explode.
Well, see, I am your political therapist.
Thank you.
See?
Okay, dear therapist.
There you are. Yes.
Dear therapist, it was $1.2 million that the two gentlemen raised, stating that they were going to give the money to the veterans if they made it to Standing Rock. And not so much. So no veterans have received anything, and these two gentlemen are fighting over who actually has access to the money. And it's just an ugly little, yucky situation, just like I said it was going to be a month ago.
See?
Don't do those little GoFundMe things, kids. Seriously.
I know it.
It's brutal.
They come up with the most ridiculous, absurd things on the GoFundMe. I saw one was, I need to pay for my college tuition. Please give me a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
I need a new car. Give me a GoFundMe.
This is getting out of control, right? I want to find out legally what people can do if they want their money back on that thing, but I don't know if there is anything, but it's a mess.
Although there's one that we should support.
What's that?
Kanye West trying to get out of his debt.
That guy's a trip, man.
Anyways. All right. Well, good. At least, so you're going to be, how long are you planning on being out there?
We hope to be back Tuesday. I didn't realize it's almost 15-hour drive.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know about the weather, so, better safe than sorry.
Very
I do
good.
want to find out, Jeff, are you aware of a group here in town? They are supposedly like firemen or women, and they have a group called Fire and Iron. Have you heard of that? Motorcycles and fire people. Maybe?
No, I have not.
Leave it to me to segue you in with something about the fire department.
Yeah.
Jeff,
That's all right.
Easter.
Sheriff Jeff
Yeah.
Easter in studio, and this is the first time I've been able to talk to you. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
It's a pleasure to have you in here. It's really
Thank
great.
you.
And actually, I think it's appropriate because you came in talking about winter safety the day that it's kind of drizzling and starting to get some freezing rain here. So it's kind of the perfect time.
It is. Well, first off, I have to ask if you're a political therapist, you're not going to incorporate crying rooms, coloring books. and
I will not include therapy dogs and adult coloring books. That will not be there will be no safe space in my studio here. This is an unpolitically correct place here where if there is a coloring book, it will be of like the Terminator blowing something.
All right, fair enough.
The winter issues. Have you seen any issues as of yet with the holidays, with the traveling, with anything going on in the community?
Yeah, well, today's and last night was the first night that we had any type of winter weather. Driving here to the studio, and there's about 15 accidents.
Already?
Yes, most of
just
which are up on
raining.
I-135, the elevated areas.
Wow.
Because they iced a little bit overnight. So,
Okay.
the main thing is that folks just have to leave early, wherever they're going, slow down, and try to get there safe.
Sure.
And a lot of it is just changing your driving habits during this time of year. And for whatever reason, when we have our first snowstorm,
adjustment.
it's the adjustment of remembering to do that. Because you'll see folks even in four-wheel drives that are still driving 65 miles an hour on 96 with ice. Just because you have a four-wheel drive doesn't mean that you're going to make it through the ice storm and not have an accident driving 65 miles an hour.
It must be a trend because the same thing happens in Colorado. We'll just get the first tiniest dusting and trying to come from the mountains down to Denver. It's nonstop wrecks, people on the side of the road, people to spun around. And I've actually found that my little car with the front wheel drive, with the little tiny narrow wheels, actually does better in the snow and the ice than a four-wheel drive because you have less surface area actually sliding around.
Yeah, that would be true. And
Really?
the front wheel drive does well. First off, four-wheel drive, does well.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
But the smaller the vehicle, the narrower the base is, it's a lot less that you're treading through. And they seem to get around a lot better and don't get stuck as much.
Best car I ever had in the world that got me through the bad weather was my little Pontiac Grand Am, little two-door front wheel drive Pontiac Grand Am. I never got stuck in that thing. It was awesome. Yeah.
Those are good cars too. Okay, so in addition to, come on guys, slow down a little bit. It is kind of crazy, I think, this morning, and I'm with you in Colorado. Them people just are crazy.
Oh, they're nuts.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah. Been there in a whiteout this year. That was even worse. But anyway, so in addition to slowing down and keeping your head together when you're driving, what else is going on as far as, the holidays? It seems like, again, it's Christmas time. Let's go rob somebody. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, first off, I'd like to also add that when you're driving and you hit a slick spot and your vehicle starts moving, do not slam on the brakes. Try to steer through it. Because if you slam on the brakes, you will end up sliding into a pole, a bridge, something like that, because it's the force that will take you that direction.
You go with the flow.
You just try to you release from the gas pedal and try to steer through it is the best advice that we can give folks.
Absolutely.
The holiday season, usually starting before Thanksgiving, we see an increase in crime. You see an increase in burglaries, larcenies, robberies, credit card theft, and forgeries. That's year round now. That's
Really?
not just during the Christmas time.
That's
Identity
scary.
theft. That's one of the issues that we're probably facing the most because it's increasing. It's very hard to catch them, especially with the
Technology.
evolving of the internet,
Yeah.
those type of things. So always lock your doors.
Right.
Make sure that it doesn't even matter if you're just walking down to the post office. Lock your doors. Individuals, especially in the daytime, watch homes to see when people are leaving, and then it can take them 3 to 5 minutes to get in and get what they want and get out. So
Man, that just, it blows my mind. I mean, where I live, I mean, we made a point because we had kind of a rash of situations. They were not just home robberies, but they were smashing the cars, just being stupid, really. I mean, they weren't even taking anything then, you know. So we went and bought a whole bunch of security lights, and now you get like 100 yards in front of the house, and you know, are those pretty good? Or?
Yeah, those are very helpful.
Okay.
You know, the other thing is that you always want to make sure where your tree placement is, your bushes placement,
Right.
those type of things. Because if you let them get out of hand, there's nooks and corners folks can hide in and be able to break into a window or something like that without even being seen.
Wow.
So we call that SEPTED, Community Policing Through Environmental Design. We have deputies that are trained in that if you want, we can come out, give an assessment of your business and or of your house.
That's
and give you
cool.
some really good ideas on how to kind of burglar-proof your,
Best you can.
your business or your
Yeah.
house.
Okay.
And so, you know, make sure that you have deadbolts on your front doors.
Right.
If you just have a regular lock, that doesn't take very long to get into.
Right.
So, you know, just little tips like that. Yes, it's going to cost you just a little bit of money. You know, I always get asked about security systems. Security systems are good, especially if you're at home.
Sure.
You know, in my day on the streets, a lot of businesses went to silent entry alarms. And I understood the reason they did it. Now, as an officer, I enjoyed it because it gave me a better opportunity to catch the criminal. But from a standpoint of actually protecting your property, an audible alarm, if you do a security system, is much more effective.
Really?
And the reason being is, especially if you live in a semi-populated area, when that audible alarm's going off, the individual that's broke in is immediately going to want to leave.
Yeah.
Or if they get in, they're not going to spend much time there.
Right.
Because they know that the security...
Everybody can hear that sucker.
Yeah,
Those are
that-
loud.
that if you have a security company, they've already been notified. And if you have neighbors, they're going to come out and take a look around to see
Right,
what's
with their
going on.
phones.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah. So, you know, I would highly suggest, you know, you can buy audible alarm systems without a security company.
Right, that's what I was wondering, and that's not very
And
expensive.
install them yourself, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. So,
Okay.
you know, those are the things that you can go out and buy. Now, the best advice I can give you is get to know your neighbors.
Right.
If you're going out of town, such as you going to Gatlinburg, make sure and
Everybody knows.
let your neighbors know, hey, I'm not going to be home.
Right.
I don't expect any kids coming over here, no family coming over here. So if you see somebody in my driveway, please call 911.
Exactly. Yeah, we do that every time when we travel. You know, I know that there's been. I mean, I was got a call last night of a gentleman, elderly, that lives in a manufactured housing community here in Wichita. And man, it's just been horrible over there. You know, I mean, he was hit 3 times this week. So, you know, I told him as soon as I get back, I'm going to go and pick him a couple security lights. I really do like ours. And where we live at the end of the cul-de-sac, there is no lights. I mean, it's kind of dark, you know. And so that's really been, I think, a good savior, you know, for a lot of folks. Our neighbors have all started getting them too, you know. So I think the lights, and then we do have different cameras and different things like that. Those one cameras, we got ours at Verizon, and they attach to your phone, and you can just sit there and watch what's going on in your house.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, they're way cool. I think that one of them is as little as like $99, and I noticed some other stores are starting to carry them too. And you just hook it up to your phone.
Wow.
And you can have sensor detection, and so it is kind of annoying if you have pets because your phone's gonna go ding 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 every time your dog moves. But still, they're not a bad thing to have, you know, and they're not that expensive right now. So
Absolutely.
that kind of helps too.
Very good. Well, let's take a break real quick here. We got a couple more calls or a couple more questions that I want to ask before we kind of shift gears here a little bit between. If you've heard or seen any of the people that travel around with the UPS guy or the mail guy trying to pick up packages as they're delivered to people's doorsteps, and you know, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and take a break. Your thoughts and calls as well when we come back. 721-8255-721 talk. This is the Voice of Reason right here on KQAM.